Heartbreaker at TD Garden. Where have we heard this before? But we talk about just about every time we play the Boston Bruins, let's be honest here. If you're a neutral hockey fan, that was a hell of a contest. Both teams played really hard. There were so many great chances. The goalies, as much as the numbers don't suggest maybe that they had great games, made I don't know how many big-time stops. Murray early on, you had Ullmark against Matthews and Gio at the back post where Gio backhanded and Ullmark's flying across to make the stop there. And there's a lot of big saves in big moments. But in the end, it's the result the Leaf fans know oh so well at TD Garden. A late goal from the Bruins from Matt Grzelcyk. Just the guy you'd expect to score. The game winner with 1:16 to go. And the Bruins win 4-3. My mind is trying to find the way to say, this game doesn't matter. This game doesn't matter. This game doesn't matter. It's what April and May suggest, right? Those are the games that matter, blah, blah, blah. But I can't sit here and not feel that this one hurts a lot more than usual. Just for the fact that a lot of these games, and I think Bruins fans can even agree with this, that all these games this year against Montreal and Florida and Philly and all these garbage teams that aren't make the playoffs, that don't mean anything, like it just feels like this season is a drag. We all know where it's headed. We all know Boston's going to win the division. We all know the Leafs are either going to come second or third and play the Tampa Bay Lightning. So these games are all just meaningless. Now, a game like this, where it's still meaningless in the sense that standings-wise, but narrative-wise, two of the best teams in the Atlantic Division, right? Two of the best teams in the National Hockey League facing off. And look, am I upset and peeved that the Leafs lost again to the Bruins at TD Garden? Of course I am. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But I'm proud of the fight. But again, it's just painful. Let's try and break this thing down, all right? First period, Leafs got a power play. Bundy gets set up from Tavares. Tavares pass, I believe it was below the red line, below the goal line. Centers it to Bunting, and he buries it in the power play. They gave the Leafs a 1-0 lead. Tavares and Marner have assisted the goal less than 5 minutes into the game at 4:45. We're feeling pretty good. Then Patrice Bergeron scores, though, with less than 5 to go in the period to tie the game at 1. And shots on goal were 15-5 in favor of Boston in the first period. Not looking great, but Matt Murray making some big-time stops in the early goings to keep this game tied. We go to the second period, less than 3 minutes in, right? Pierre Engvall has the puck in his own zone, and he skates it out, and he gets past the middle red line, and he gets into the blue line, and he fires it far side on Ullmark and scores. And I'm like, either Ullmark couldn't see that, or that was a really bad positional play on Ullmark's standpoint. Because that shouldn't be going in, but it doesn't matter. At least, they take the lead 2-1. It was an unassisted goal at 2:43 of the second period. Good stuff. Less than 3 minutes after that, though, David Pastrnak scores unassisted at 5:52, and we're tied at 2 again. And then this is where things start to get painful, right? Because 5 minutes after that, we're tied and everything, and it's back and forth hockey, really good hockey. I think it's AJ Greer, enters the zone and just fires a puck along the ice. It was through the legs of Timmins, Gio, one of the two. Either Matt Murray didn't see it, or he just didn't squeeze those legs enough because it looked like the pad wasn't down fully. It kind of slid underneath the pad, and it just beats him. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that sounds about right. You give up that goal, the kind of a deflating goal, midway through the second period to give the Bruins the lead, right? Their first lead of the game, and it's on a stinker. And in the second period, they outshoot the Leafs 13-12, so again, fairly an even period, but it doesn't matter. It's 2-1 Bruins in that period, and it's a 3-2 game heading into the third. Just over 3 minutes in, Matthews swats the puck out of his own zone, And it gets picked up by the Bruins player, but basically going behind his own net. Marner strips him of the puck, centers it to Bunting, who waits for Matthews, who's coming right down Broadway, gets the puck. 2 Bruins come out. He goes around them, and it looks like he's going to go to the backhand, pulls the forehand, and roofs it on Ullmark. A beautiful goal from Matthews. Good to see him back. Marner and Bunting grab assist in the goal at 3:17. And it ties the game at 3, right? And as the game goes along, it looks like neither team are having any golden opportunities. Shots are very low in the period. And you're thinking, okay, well, if we can find a way to get a point out of this on the road in Boston, I'd say we're doing pretty good. A point shot from Matt Grzelcyk. AJ Greer and Matt Grzelcyk get the 2 goals to give them the lead twice. And the Leafs lose. Let me just see how many goals those guys have on the season just to make me feel even more worse than I already feel, because that's just a lot of fun to deal with, right? Let's just do it, because Leaf fans, we're kind of used to this stuff. So Matt Grzelcyk has 2, and AJ Greer has 4. And they each score to give them the lead at separate points, and with a minute 16, that blast from Grzelcyk from the point beats Matt Murray, and you lose 4-3. 4 goals on 34 shots for Matt Murray. Again, take it for what it is. You guys can say what you want about Murray's game. Honestly, I thought he's a big reason of why they were close to getting a point, albeit that stinker from Greer. Yeah, I don't like that. But a lot of the goals, again, I can't really blame him too much on. I thought he played a pretty good game. It's just unfortunate, again, that it's that one shot, or it's the one, not bounce, or their one big save that makes them prevail. And that's been the story of the Leafs over the last, 6-7 years, however many years these guys have been together. It's either that one bounce or that one big save from a goaltender that swings a game or swings a series, right? What was the swinging one today? Well, in my opinion, it was Gio swatting that puck, on his backhand. It looks like it's going to go in, and Ullmark comes flying across to his post, and I don't know, he gets to it. It makes a big stop. I don't know, I can't remember when that happened, whether it was in the second or third period. But again, no matter what, that goes in, you're in good shape. You don't get it. And the Greer stinker happens, and the Grzelcyk just blasts from the point, finds its way through a bunch of sticks. Shout out Ullmark for making some big stops. I don't know, man. Key players, Bunting had a couple points. He had a goal and an assist. Marner had 2 assists. Shots in goal in the third were 6-4 in favor of Boston. So like I said, shots were far and few between there in the third period, but they outshot the Leafs 34-21, and they beat the Leafs 4-3. I believe the Leafs now go home for 7 out of 8 on home ice or something like that. And I mentioned earlier in the video about meaningless teams like the Florida Panthers. Yeah, that's the next opponent for the Leafs. So back on that train, Leaf fans, of just taking it game by game and just, I don't know. It's painful. It is. Congrats to the Bruins for the W in this incredible season they're going on. And I'm gonna say this. Now, I don't want to say this is a fluke, because obviously they're over halfway through the season and the record is still ridiculously stupid. But remember what happened to the Yankees this past year? Yeah, I'm hoping it. As a Leafs fan, I hope to God it's going to happen this way. But it's not looking that way. Where the Yankees put up some historic first half of the year, and it was like, my God, no one can beat these guys. They're going to break record after record. And they peaked too early and fell apart as the season went along down the stretch. Will that happen to the Bruins? I sure hope so. Will it? Yeah, I'm not confident. It's a damn good team over there, as we saw tonight, and you look at the standings, and it's pretty clear. Special teams-wise, we were 1 for 2 on our power plays. They were actually 0 for 2 on theirs. The one power play, Lindholm, Marner trip, I'm not really sure what's going on there. The fact that Marner didn't even touch his skate is wild, but whatever, you go down, you'll probably get a call, if you're not Michael Bunting at least, right? Because we keep hearing how, he's known for that stuff, so they're not going to call it anymore. So, Hamas Lindholm can do it, though. But either way, they didn't score on it, didn't mean anything, so it doesn't matter. So, guys, that's going to do it for this one. You enjoy the game or the video, but feel the same pain as always. Shout out Boston Bruin fans, because I know there's going to be a bazillion of you guys here just ripping the Leafs, because it's what Boston fans love to do. So hit that like button if you guys enjoyed it. The subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs? The Twitter and Instagram links are down in the description, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Discord link is down below, so join that stuff, all right? And I'll talk to you guys, Raptors edition, very shortly as they fell back down to earth and what they've been doing recently before this 3-game win streak, so maybe a little slap of reality again for Raptor fans. Ain't that great? And it's like a matter of like 10 minutes in between games. So it's just like, yeah, just get slapped with that, slap with that. Gotta love it. What a great night for Toronto sports fans. Sarcasm at its finest. I don't like it. But anyways, for the Leafs, they're back in action on Tuesday night as they host the Florida Panthers at Scotiabank Arena. 7 o'clock puck drop there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not the game. Well, as a hockey fan, if you enjoyed the game tonight, great. If you're a Leaf fan, you don't like the result because I don't. Hit that like button anyways. And we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday.